Here again with another Shameless Season 8 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important if you are caught up to the point where I am and rewatching or watching Shameless, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description if that happens to be the case and you find out that you're not caught up. It would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you out there that are wondering, I have seen Shameless all the way through at least one time. Some episodes I have seen more than others, and for the most part, I really like this show. Now, I know there's a dip in quality, especially at the end. I'm starting to see a slight dip in quality in Season 8. So far, it's still good, but I'm noticing just a slight dip where I don't like the episodes as much as I did in the previous seasons. So, wanted to relive the show and, want you to join me on the journey of discussing this mostly awesome and amazing show, except until the final two seasons, in my opinion. So with all that said, this will be Shameless, Season 8, Episode 10. The title of this episode is called Church of Gay Jesus. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So Ian's trying to figure out where all the gay-hating churches are. Debbie might have a nighttime welding gig that is not necessarily a gig that's approved. Like, it's kind of we do this, we're not really on the record or something like that. Celia comes to pick up Franny. Cassie has engagement presents for everyone. She gives Carl a vial of her blood to put around his neck, and she gets a knife and wants Carl's blood as well. Cassidy is just a little bit crazy. Nessa tells Fiona that she miscarried. Mel still has her baby, but she unfortunately hasn't told Nell about the miscarriage yet. Fiona tells Nessa about Ford not having sex with her, which is kind of a bad thing in her opinion. Ford takes Fiona to go look at random furniture. Lip finds out that Ewing's has died in prison or jail or whatever it officially was. And there was an incident, and unfortunately, Professor Clyde Ewing's did not survive. And of course, Lip just finding this out now is heartbroken and in, mostly disbelief. And I guess I should mention, while Fiona and Ford were looking at furniture, Fiona ended up picking up a chair because Ford liked it. So yeah, Lip is heartbroken about the untimely news of Professor Ewing's and probably wants to use or have a drink at this point. And then the spouse of the person that fell off the roof at Fiona's building has arrived at Fiona's building, and her kids need to use the bathroom. Ian has a following outside of his EMT job, and Sue, his boss, at least not his initial boss, but now his boss, isn't very excited about it. She's afraid that she might run someone over. Lip goes over to Ewing's place because he has keys, and then Professor Ewing's daughter, Tabitha, is there looking through some of Ewing's things, and that's played by Fiona Dourif, who is Brad Dourif, who's the voice of Chucky for most iterations of Chucky. That's his particular daughter. And alcohol withdrawal caused Ewing's to have a seizure. She tells Lip that she's glad he was so well parented by her dad, because unfortunately she was not. An old man tries to pay Svetlana for favors, and she ends up hitting him. Ian has all of his followers at the Gallagher house, which has got to be super annoying. Carl and Cassidy fight as she's mad that he still plans on going to, military school. And Lip's working on a eulogy for Professor Clyde Ewing's, his friend. Debbie is working on the late night welding job that's kind of off the books, so to speak. They get paid, but it's like, I don't know how to exactly explain it, but it's not necessarily approved on. The union guys don't like it. And then the union guys actually come back when they're not expected to, and everybody runs, and Debbie just kind of walks away. Fiona wakes up with peace and quiet in her apartment. V and Kev tell Svetlana to tone down the rage. And then Kev gives Svetlana an earpiece and microphone. He wants to coach her through these meet and greets with these old guys. Crazy Cassidy cut up all of Carl's army clothes. Carl tells Cassidy he's going back to military school. She wants him to marry her before he leaves. Fiona asks Trevor about some family shelters for the family of the guy that, of course, fell off her roof because they're a homeless. Frank's got gay Jesus shirts with hot dogs on them, and Liam is helping Frank sell them. Service time for Professor Clyde Ewing's, and then Lip leaves during the service as everything that he was going to say has already been said. There are a lot of people that actually admired and liked Professor Ewing's, despite what he probably fought. And then Fiona tells the family that they can stay at her place for a couple nights. She'll live at the Gallagher house while that family at least has time before they go to the shelter that Trevor had recommended. Svetlana looks like a first lady with her new outfit. Ford surprisingly knows a lot about Fiona. He was asked, and he's like, "Oh, I've asked around." And then Fiona kisses Ford. Kev tries to tell Svetlana a bunch of stuff, and Svetlana takes her earpiece out. Lip goes to the shop to work on the bike, and then Lip starts to, unfortunately, freak out, tossing things and knocking over the bike, and then he starts to cry. Poor Lip. This Ewing's passing, it's got to be really hard on him, because Ewing's is the one that helped Lip get to this point. And Lip, unfortunately, was unable to, help Ewing's achieve what he did. I mean, it worked for a while, but then Ewing's, had the accident and became a drunk again, unfortunately. Carl tells Cassidy that he was relieved when they couldn't get married, and he wants to stay engaged just a little bit while longer. Fiona and Ford have finally slept together 4 times so far. Ready for round number 5 as there's 2 more condoms left. Fiona tells Ford that she thinks that she might not ever want to have kids, which I guess he doesn't want kids either. Nessa calls. The family is letting a bunch of other people crash at Fiona's place. Something got spilled on Fiona's new chair. Trevor's mad at Fiona for not showing up. That's not right. It should be Trevor's mad at Ian for not showing up. I apparently don't take good notes, because I always write the wrong thing, but luckily I know what happened in the episode for the most part. Tabitha's waiting for Lip at the Gallagher house. She gives Lip a draft of a recommendation letter that she found. In all of the years of teaching, she never heard her dad, Professor Clyde Ewings, talk about a student like he did pertaining to Lip. Fiona's back at the Gallagher house with her chair, and I actually spelled house wrong. I put House. Just trying to type quickly and made a mistake. Cassidy and Carl have officially gotten hitched now, even though Carl's underage, and so is Cassidy. Of course, the actress that plays Cassidy is on the show Yellow Jackets. She plays the young version of Christina Ricci's character. So if you're interested in that actress, she's pretty good on Yellow Jackets so far through 2 seasons. And then Fiona takes Ian to the church so he can speak to all of his followers. Fiona stays to watch Ian in action. Everyone loves Ian. God hates haters. Debbie hurts her foot while another night chime job happens. V tells Fiona Svetlana grab the guy's cock. Fiona's been served. Rodney, who is the dad of the family that Fiona's letting stay in at her house, is suing. And then Fiona's like, motherfucker! He's suing her for $6 million. And then we have Carl and Cassidy taking wedding selfies to end the episode. And that's the mid-credits scene. So, the episode had moments in it, but not like a clear-cut like thing that made it better. So it's one of the, from what I've watched as of late, one of the more lackluster episodes. But I mean, the stuff with, all of a sudden Ewing's dying, which I thought happened in season 9. So these last 4 seasons, my mind isn't as sharp on those, but I still give it an 8.2 out of 10. My characters of the episode are going to be Lip and Fiona. Fiona wins it every time. I could have gave it to Debbie. I could even consider V or Svetlana, but ultimately Fiona did the most in this episode. But hey, Fiona won't be the character of the episode anymore after season 9, probably. Most likely. Anyway, you've heard everything that I had to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Shameless and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button. And keep in mind, I don't just cover Shameless on the channel. I talk about a lot of other things. UFC fight reactions, Dexter stuff, Walking Dead stuff, Big Bang Theory, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones. A lot of different stuff gets put on this channel. UFC fight reactions, my main thing, I think. But if there's anything that you like, make sure that you Hulk smash the like button. And keep in mind, you can give thanks on a video, of any old video if you want to donate to the channel, which I haven't had anybody do yet. But just keep in mind that option's there. If you want to send me a buck, that'd be fucking awesome, because I haven't received anything yet. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comments section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Shameless. What would you rate the episode? Who would be your male? Who would be your character, female character of the episode? Or if you just want to do one, that's completely fine. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. Or you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.